Hello, welcome to the Gelatinous Noobs! My name is Matt. I will be your humble Dungeon Master for this evening in The Adventures of Theran. We are playing this month on Wednesdays, but starting next month we're going to have some schedule differences. Check out our announcements at the end of the video, as well as a special thank you to our sponsor, more or less, kind of, not really, kind of helper, friend. Stay tuned for our friend. With that, we're going to jump right into it tonight.
Splash.
Last time on the Theran Adventures, our party had traveled through the air on their skyship, the Opie, where they had an interesting ride. Some of you met with a fey trickster in hopes of finding a way of waking up their loved ones. Others discussed love in a different sense, budding love, and maybe making some new friends. Others didn't really get much to talking, but did get to loving. It was a very interesting trip, needless to say. But once arriving in the city of splendor, Iduun, a admittedly surprised and interested and excited party, met a wonderful city of the arts in every sense of the word. Music, craft, architecture, truly an artistic mecca. From there, they returned to their friend Holgan, a emissary who'd been lost in the wilderness in Eastern Thera, to the Palace of Iduun, where there was a handsome 20,000 gold reward waiting for them. With
From
that,
a handsome lord.
With that, the party decided that there were a couple of avenues of things that they wanted to investigate. The first of which being a little shopping. With that, we jump into our session. What do you want to do?
I have so much money now.
I have too much.
Burning a hole in my pocket.
Just a reminder, we have a crew to pay for. Everybody.
So at least keep 700 gold, because it will cost 700 gold apiece if we want to pay the crew.
Per month.
Got it.
I don't really
No,
plan
700 gold apiece, I think.
buying
would be
that
for the
much.
Yeah, for the next month.
I mean, it's a new city. I'll definitely go and look at the shops, but I don't think I really need anything.
I think I've worked some of that 700 down. Just saying.
Oh.
Huh? Oh.
I don't think she was included in that 700, so good try.
Yeah.
They
Also,
said they
that
work
kind
for
of
free.
makes me
Worth a shot.
feel icky about that. Does
How
that
much
make...
are you worth?
Yeah, I was going to say, does that make you a prostitute?
Does that make her?
Or her a prostitute?
Both.
You see a gnome gesture rolling out, pops up. That's an HR violation. Be careful, friend. And he rolls back up and rolls away.
He has a point.
He's correct.
He has a point.
What's HR stand for?
Human...
Well, neither of them are
Regency?
humans, so...
So it doesn't apply to it.
Humanoid.
That's the mystery.
Her relations.
Humanoid respecting.
Humanoid
Hotties?
relations are really going really well. So,
What about
I'll crack the code, guys. Don't worry.
anyway.
Did we have... No, we were just talking to someone, like, at the place, and now we're walking on our own.
Yes, you had literally just descended the steps after speaking to First Knight Barden Ilstarius.
Did he give us any directions, like, if we...
You guys were like, we're not sure what we're doing, and he said, check out the city as a whole. There's tons of things to do. If you want to just walk around, there's plenty of artists just playing, performing, painting, doing everything throughout the streets. There's a lovely place for shopping. There's lots of different things that you could buy. If you're looking for fun and adventure, try out the Jade Dragon casino. He also specifically mentioned that there was that there are divination wizards in the city that you might be able to find.
Divinate.
Yeah. Well, he had mentioned before.
Yeah, you got stuff you want to find out. We can go find one of those
Yeah, I mean,
Magic guys.
We might find one just by walking around, right? If there's performers and whatnot.
I think we
In
actually
shops?
might need like an actual guide in a sit-down shop to be like, I don't know, it just sounds more official to me.
well, yeah, but I mean, I feel like we have more important matters.
Like,
I mean, when you're here, you're here. Like,
When you're here, your family.
when you're
Winning.
Here, you're here.
win in splendor.
I guess.
Maybe we can
I
find
mean,
unlimited soup and breadsticks somewhere.
Oh, that's amazing.
You see a guy in the oven. They're almost done.
Hey!
The
a
next
lunch
batch.
special.
I'll make millions.
We can
Well,
also check out shops and whatnot. I mean, we got time to kill.
yeah, let's fart around, and if we find someone that could look and figure that out, then sure.
I would imagine the casino is more of like a nightlife vibe. And that's definitely a stop we want to take because we need to help Zari in poetry.
I mean, it depends how old you are. If you're my age, we tend to be at the slot machines around 8 a.m. But
Yeah, I've heard that people with gambling addictions are just kind of there all,
all
the time.
Yes.
Well, we don't want to meet
Do you
those
have
people.
a problem? They might be very wise, actually. Find the one who's chain smoking at the penny slots.
Just wait for them to get up. That's the time to strike.
I did hear, though, for my friends that partake in alcohol, if you're sitting at a machine,
Why do you
they'll
say
just-
that so fucking-sendingly?
I swear I've seen you drink before.
She doesn't drink anymore.
She just kind of like looks at you, raises her eyebrows, and goes, "Anyway, for my friends that partake in alcohol, I heard that they just like give you free drinks if you're sitting playing a game." So
Okay, so yes, I want to
So we
help
need
poetry,
to work
but
we need to
free
work up a
drinks?
thirst before we head there.
Free
is what
drinks?
she's saying.
I think plan of order.
Mm-hmm.
We're walking, we're talking,
Mhm.
we're maybe shopping,
Yep.
school,
Mm-hmm.
casino.
I also heard there's Pegasi here. I want to check out a Pegasi.
Absolutely. When you're here, you're here.
Right now, it's about midday.
It's about midday.
So we got a couple hours.
We
to
can
kill.
tourist walk.
I mean, I don't have wings, so something with wings amazes me.
It's not. I mean, you've seen me.
I'm gonna leave that lie. I was going somewhere with that, but
One thing that I will
I
mention.
can ride a Pegasi.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. HR violation. He rolls back up. What did I just say? With that, I will say that when you guys were flying into the city earlier this morning, you did notice that it's a large city, but it's not anywhere near the size of like Tolamac or Expansive. You get the sensation that you would be able to walk across it within a few hours.
It's the
one of
Vegas
those-
Strip.
It's one of those fancy dancy art cities.
Best city I've came across so far.
It is pretty.
It's a disgusting den of wannabe immortals.
All right.
Why do you
Coming
say
from
that
a
so
person who's
condescendingly?
immortal.
Kinda fucking sendingly.
Thank you.
Add some flavor to it, would you? Come on, Zari, live little.
I live for 1,000 years. I don't
Zari's eye
like
twitches.
immortality.
I'm gonna be dead.
Like Raya said to me. Raya said to me the
I'm
other day. I thought getting you laid would make you nicer. I'm trying. Am I doing
we
better?
Are,
Are you?
I think
I'm
it's going the
trying.
opposite way.
Yeah, you're
Am
getting
I?
We're gonna be
spicier,
memory
Yenna.
forever.
Spicy's
true.
not a bad thing, is it?
I mean, I like spicy, but it just is it the city? Or is it
Something
the vibe?
about it's untoward to me. I don't know. Like,
I mean, it's not my vibe. You guys have seen my vibe. I took you to some of my old dives in Tolmac.
I feel like Yenna hates me.
No.
I'm right here.
She hates the idea of you.
Listen,
I think it's the hubris of it.
At this moment, you see a clown kind of walk up, and
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
Perfect
that's-
timing.
That's unnerving.
he just kind of pulls out 5 different flowers and just hands them all out.
Yay.
No.
Is anyone
I
else
take it.
creeped out by this?
This is amazing.
Incredibly.
Oh!
You see he tucks it away. And then he starts, like, somersaulting backwards and just away. You see that eventually he finds, like, a small group of, like, students. It seems like younger kids. And he just starts performing in front of them.
I don't trust anyone that can backhand spring that quickly.
Lady, you came out of a fire portal.
A flyer?
A fire portal.
You are a flyer.
Backwards.
We can't trust you either.
That was pretty normal. Smell it. It's a good flower.
Squirts water at her.
I knew someone who killed people with flowers.
Drop it.
Sorry, I mean...
I tuck mine in my shirt.
No, that's fair. You can just leave it on the ground. Someone else will pick it up.
I'm having so much fun.
Maybe I owe you all an apology. Perhaps I've been a bit of a bitch.
Several.
Several
No.
apologies. I'll do my best to get back to you over the next several days.
Decades.
Decades?
The rest
Okay.
of Lute's life.
I've got time.
Yes. I know you'll still be around, but me as an old man, I'ma still be bugging you, you know?
God, I'm sorry. How many days ago did my son fucking get murdered?
A while.
Was I
but-
not allowed some time?
A while.
Hasn't been that long.
No.
Didn't Sir all
That's
guide
valid.
him? What are you still harping about?
I don't know. Have you lost a child?
Yes!
Really?
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah, and
That doesn't count.
What was his name?
Yeah.
With your
Jeffrey.
passive perception,
Why?
with your passive
I
perception
like
of 27,
this.
you see a violinist kind of like walking up, hearing the conversation, and just walks up over a different alley.
Okay, so
I don't know how your son came out of you, but mine came out of me, and he is gone.
I picked the wrong person to ask that
Is there
question,
a
I
popcorn
suppose.
vendor off the street?
Roll a perception check.
Yana, I know
21.
you getting late.
With 21,
help,
you
but
don't
what
see
about,
one, but
like,
you
a
do
threesome?
smell like fresh food being
think I'm
prepared, and it
past those
definitely gives
days.
that sense of familiarity of like street vendor food.
Okay.
You get the sense that's probably just a little bit further
Okay.
down the road.
I'm not that curious about it.
She just wanted to be.
Yeah, watching the fight and eating popcorn.
I'm really not trying to be difficult. I'm not.
No, it's just you. We know you are difficult. We've come to love you, yes. You and all your rough edges.
Lou,
You're not wrong.
I don't think that's quite fair. I think we're all difficult in our own ways.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not. I got myself kidnapped.
That's true.
And I'm glad you guys still hang out with me. I'm just saying, we are all...
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
gonna maybe kill you guys at some
See?
point.
So yes, I'm saying, we all have our quirks.
Yeah, but now we can laugh about it.
Yes.
They say prepare for anything as a DM, but I wasn't ready for this conversation.
It's been a while. We've had it building up.
All right.
on the street too.
Yes.
In the middle of like a busy street.
All right. I will admit I've been a bitch
I'd say coarse.
lately.
Not a
Okay,
bitch.
I don't need any more adjectives. I'm trying to fucking apologize, Lute. I've been a bitch. I'm in a better place now. Let's go fucking shop, let's go drink, and let's go gamble some money.
Sometimes I think you just need to be a bitch and then heal.
You feel buzzing in your
Exactly.
pocket. Sorry.
I'm
Which
a
of my
bitch
spending
and I
stones is
never
going
heal.
off?
So
You pull them out.
Yeah.
Uther.
Okay. Hello, Captain. Or what's he saying? Captain's talking.
How would you even know?
We are heading to the casino for some R&R. Can we leave at least tomorrow or another day? We're all very tired.
Yeah. Have fun with the casino. Take a much needed rest. That's all I say. I don't even consult anybody else. I'm like, take it.
Yeah.
Do it. You guys are great.
I heard the rock mumbling, so I knew it was Uther.
So guys, I don't think we
Is
should
everything
stay in
okay,
this
sir?
town. I think we should just leave.
Yeah, they're going to the casino. They need a break.
Oh, sick. I mean, are they leaving anyone with their ship?
Yeah, it should be guarded, right?
I mean, did you
I
ask?
hope so.
I only had so many words. He probably couldn't message me back, so
I'm sure they know what they're doing.
I figured the rock guy is probably still there, just
Basalt's pretty cool.
thumbsing up people. I don't think
People are coming on the ship and carrying stuff away, and he's...
I think Basalt would know what to do.
I think they're fine. They're professionals. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, now that we've got all of that off of our chests,
Unexpectedly.
I'm gonna go look for some cool stuff in this cool city.
What kind of stuff?
Magic stuff?
I want to go look at magic stuff.
Alright.
Yeah, I think we should stick together, because what if
I'm
we
not
get
saying let's
lost?
split up. I'm just
Oh,
saying,
okay.
like,
He's pointing us in a direction.
yeah,
Okay.
we just kind of, like, said everything, and then we were kicking rocks a little bit, so I think we just should start moving.
Mm-hmm. You start saying this and just instinctively start moving. I assume the party follows unless anybody's heading off in different directions.
Do we pass those food vendors?
Yes.
I would like to buy something. What is available?
You see, it's essentially a lot of, like, festival food is an inappropriate way of describing it, but it is very similar, like, quick food that you can just, like, grab and pay for in a second. So it's like popcorn, cotton candy. You see that there are, like, candied apples and stuff like that.
Is there a funnel cake?
I wouldn't say that there's
It's
funnel
weird that
cake.
she eats
No,
again.
but there are some, like,
It's true. It is.
Small
You get used
cupcakes?
to after a while.
Cupcake.
Okay.
Cupcake?
Good.
Cupcake.
No, thank you.
Cupcake.
Yes. You never
Cupcake.
turn down a cupcake.
Yeah.
Full
Three
copper. Oh, 3?
3.
As I
Three.
keep being reminded,
silver
I'm old,
and 2
so I have
copper.
to make sure to keep my body sugar in line.
How about a silver?
You are what you eat.
Exactly.
Roll perception.
That's why I eat most of the meat.
Give me your cupcakes.
Know thyself.
So as a charisma caster, you should be good at this.
As a charisma caster, that's a 21.
Wow.
She's built right.
You see this little goblin gentleman. He's got this little hat on and everything. You see it's Wazo's famous food walk, and he
I
says
love the name.
he says, "You hand out cards." Yes. And you see he hands a stack of cards. It's just Wazo's famous food walk,
Absolutely. Silver,
Fancy.
I take the cards.
and he hands you 3 muffins in a bag,
3 cupcakes.
3 cupcakes in a bag.
Thank you.
Cupcakes are different.
I want the icing.
Elm tosses him the rest of the copper. Like,
No!
It's
No,
quietly.
He goes. No,
Oh.
it really is fine. You guys just hand out the cards. That would help me. That would help me more than anything. I
I'm
just
like,
want to
no,
get
we
my
don't want
name
the
out there.
cards. Take the copper.
I was just practicing my haggling skills. I haven't
You
done a
did
lot of
good.
shopping. Thank you.
Yeah, you did great.
We walk away.
He's like,
When I get out of eyesight, toss the cards.
Bold strategy, Kyle. Let's see how it plays out.
Just gotta mark that down real quick.
Crying
Hand
goblin.
out cards for Shitty Walk.
Shitty one.
So you guys are
Shitty
heading
chicken.
to a magic shop. You ask for directions, I assume. You eventually find your way into a small magic shop. You notice right off the bat, it seems to be a lot of like magical gloves, magical instruments, and things like that.
magical boots.
Not a lot of boots. You get the sensation that there isn't a lot of magical adventuring gear in this shop that you've come to.
Gloves.
You can roll an investigation if
I'm
you
gonna,
would like.
I'm gonna look at the
Are there
gloves.
any bracers in here?
Can roll an investigation if you would like.
7.
I'm gonna investigate too.
26. Nat 20 for 26.
5 for a 7.
Let's go.
You gotta turn your magnets on.
Looking for boots or
Boots and gloves.
boots and gloves.
Just looking at stuff to wear on my hands or feet.
I have a minus. So that's a 2.
That's a dumb bitch.
You guys are like looking through the shop, trying to see if there's anything that might have like a little description, a little card that kind of explain what they are. A lot of them are geared towards like help train your musical skills fast. You know, learn the fingerings very quick. Let the gloves
Wait, I want that one.
guide you away.
I do pick up the
I want that one as
fingering
a
gloves.
gift to
And I-
poetry when she wakes up.
+1 gloves of fingering.
I pick up the fingering gloves and I bring it over to Rhea, and I'm just like, check these
Oh
out.
my God.
You take the gloves and you see the shopkeeper goes, if you're learning guitar, there really are nothing better than those fingering gloves.
HR goblin.
It's for guitar.
I worked with it before. You see, she
Piano.
immediately, her face, just with her passive insight, she goes,
Piano.
that's a different shop.
What's the name of that shop?
She gives you directions to, like, a sex shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the kind of performance I'm into.
Hey,
I'm
each
not
each
too
to their
bad.
own.
I'm not judging.
Each
It's
to their
just
own.
not my deal.
Yeah, yeah.
You're looking around. You do
I know,
see
right?
in the back of the shop, kind of like tucked away,
Uh-huh.
you do see that there is kind of a wall with some items that were probably used for like trade.
Okay.
You do see a necklace, a bracer, and bracers, and a set of boots.
Is there any description of what the bracers do?
You notice that the card itself is a little bit faded, as if it's been picked up and set down a lot. Looks like this part of the store hasn't really seen a lot of attention.
Okay. Same with the boots.
Same with all three of these items.
Okay, I'll call Elm over and be like, hey, I know you're looking for shoes.
He's gonna look at him. Are those the quiet boots?
Don't you have?
No, they got stolen.
Oh, you
lost
lost them.
I've
yeah.
lost almost all of my things.
Are you not wearing shoes?
I have shoes. They're just
Oh.
Regular shoes.
regular
They're
shoes.
not-
Stupid ass shoes.
They're warm, but
Is there like a card or anything?
They're all
for these?
faded. It's as if this part of the shop doesn't get a lot of attention. You do
this-
call the music attendant over,
Yeah.
or the attendant of the store over,
Reluctantly, she comes back.
and she walks over. Are you looking for more adventuring gear? Is this kind of the thing you all want?
yeah.
She takes one of the cards, sets it back down, and you see she like looks around for like a piece of scrap paper to write on. She like tears one off of a different display item and writes down directions to an adventurer's shop.
Okay.
I don't really know a lot about it, but it's the only one in town.
Do you know what these ones do?
These
Dancing?
ones, no. I would have traded those if they were dancing ones. They make you quiet or something. I don't know. This necklace makes you not get sick or something. I don't know. The bracers, what do these bracers do?
They
I don't
brace
know. The
you.
bracers do
surprised.
something.
I'll take the boots.
Just gonna roll insight on
I
that.
lean over to Zari. You could haggle for the bracers. She doesn't.
She looks
seem
at
to
you and
know.
she sees your excitement. She goes, "Well, of course I would need to get them appraised first. I
If
have
you
a wizard
don't-
friend who could come by very quickly.
I-
I'll reach out to them right away." You see that she like goes over to a window. She goes, "You get Faith here fast." A little kid goes, "Aha! Anything for a coin?" You see she flips out silver. You see this little gnomish, looks like a kid, but is fully an adult, and runs
You were too excited for those.
down the street.
You gotta play
I'm
cool.
just telling her that
Faith is a very skilled wizard. She'll be able to identify these things very quickly.
just losing a lot of value sitting here. Seems like they haven't been looked at for a while.
Yep, and it hasn't cost me anything for them to sit here either. So a few more moments won't matter. You wouldn't want to give me an unfair deal, would you?
No. What'd you say the bracers did?
She doesn't,
She doesn't
know.
know.
I don't remember.
Oh.
It was some retired adventurer years ago. He came in and apparently had lost a couple of his friends and said he was out of the life and just wanted to, play the banjo or something.
And these were all his friends' stuff.
He wasn't.
That could
He
be you,
wasn't
Luke.
very good. That's hence the magic items.
Well, good thing you have somebody coming in here to tell us what this stuff does.
Yes, Faith's a marvel. She'll be here any moment now. So,
Hey, friend, do
Hi.
you have any way to figure out what these bracers are
Yeah.
before. Would you do that for me?
Uh huh. Do I get to touch them?
He's gonna identify.
She looks at you. Will you give me an honest appraisal on them?
Honestly, I can tell you what they do. I
He's-
don't
he's
think I
very
can tell you
trustworthy.
how much they're worth.
Oh. That's fair. I'm not going to sell them until my friend takes a look at them, though.
Yeah, I just know what they do.
That's fine. Yes. By all means.
The Ray is crying.
Hey,
The king of being able to lie to people won't lie to a shopkeeper.
For our benefit.
What bracers are you looking for?
Defense. Is that what they are?
Hmm?
Is that what they are?
no,
No? What are they?
these are bracers of offense.
Oh.
You see that you touch these gloves, and you do get the sense that they are bracers of defense. But you specifically recognize that these can't be worn with armor.
I inform everybody that these are bracers of defense, but they will not work as intended if you're wearing armor.
Makes
You
sense.
can wear other things, just not armor.
Ooh. Do the necklace. Do the necklace.
What am I, a party trick?
Yes.
Also, like,
No, you're my best friend.
what if something happens at the casino? I've seen a bar brawl. I don't know how casinos get like.
What has to do with anything?
Oh, you're talking about the Jade Dragon.
Yeah.
They have a fair amount of security there.
Oh, okay.
Usually, I will say, when you're in the casino, nothing goes on, but they don't really care what happens outside the casino. If you catch my
one
meaning.
of those. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I'll touch the necklace.
You see that is an amulet of health.
This is an amulet that makes you healthier.
I knew
That's-
it was something about not letting you get sick.
Yeah, that one's okay, I guess.
Roll deception.
You should have let
What
me do
was that deception?
A million.
Okay, 1 million. Got it. Do you do it on the third item?
What
The
was third
boots.
item? Do we need to know what? No, she said what the boots do, right?
She said that they're quiet, but you also got the impression that she hasn't looked at these things in years.
Yeah, why not? I'll
No!
identify the boots, too.
She goes,
God damn it.
yes. Nothing you'd be interested at all.
Can I give him my inspiration?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh,
I do it to the boots too.
Boots of Elmenkind.
That is a 19.
I say these are the boots of Elm's kind.
Oh.
You said 19?
Yeah.
so much better.
She's just like, okay. At this moment, you guys feel a slight gust of air. Not a huge, like, intense maelstrom, but just like a slow breeze hitting across your face like a fan. And you see a magical aura just begin to appear, and then poof, you see this older
Nice.
elven woman,
How
probably
old?
in the equivalent of, like,
By judging on Yenna, older or younger?
well, older in appearance, like in an equivalent appearance.
MILF or GILF?
I'll let you ask.
In character.
Faith, love, darling, thank you for coming so quickly. Yes, glad I could be of service. You're looking to have some items appraised, I understand. Yes, these three. This lovely Yuan Ti.
Luke.
You almost got his name right. Lovely Luke.
Oh, you never introduced yourself. The lovely Lute. Is that
Yes.
truly your name? Are you a musician?
I am.
You see that she gets enthralled in this and completely forgets about telling her that you had identified the object.
I'll entertain her about talking about music. Fuck these guys.
You see Faith turns to her. She does get distracted by music quite easily. Are you interested? Which items were you looking at purchasing?
The old boots and the necklace.
The bracers.
You see that.
Yeah, that like rusted necklace.
You see that she closes her eyes, opens them. Her eyes are glowing this very faint cyan, almost white color, as her hand begins to glow, and you see all 3 magic items begin to glow at the same time. She goes,
Can you do that?
yes, I know about these. This is an amulet of health, boots of elven kind. They're adept at making one quiet when they move, and these are bracers of defense, quite good for spellcasters such as myself. You were looking to make a purchase, were you not?
Yes.
Marilyn, and she's like, so how long have you been playing?
Basically all my life. My mother was a musician.
Who's your mother?
Her name is Emily. She was from...
Wait,
That's him.
you're not
Yes.
Blackwater?
Yes.
Oh, darling! She leans in and gives you a hug, and she goes, your mother was a marvel.
The best.
You both hear, Marilyn, yes, what are you looking to sell these items for? Oh, you just handle it, dear. We're talking. You see, Faye goes, one day. Anyway, what are you looking for? How much? What are you looking to spend?
Can you price these items?
Let me ask, what are you willing to spend first?
I want to know what they're worth.
Or persuasion?
Can I intimidate?
Are we connected?
You want to intimidate? Yeah, you can do whatever you
Don't
want.
intimidate, just persuade.
We can be if you want
Okay.
to be.
Well, I don't want to ask it just like out loud.
Oh,
Be
that's
like,
so
hey.
good.
100.
What's
We're
my-
best friends.
100?
We
She's
have
like,
a
they're
signal.
free!
Yeah.
I like you so much!
I'm a charisma
Oh, hold on.
caster.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday! It's a little bit of birthday.
That's an 18 plus 6 for a 24.
I give Luke our signal.
She looks at you and, fair enough. The amulet, reasonably priced, given that the region that we're in, probably difficult to come across one. I would say a fair price for it would be around 6,000 here. Now, if you were in a larger city or one that was more in direct line with commerce and trade, I'd say probably around 5,000.
And the boots.
The boots are around 1,500 here, 1,000 anywhere else.
Okay, thank you.
And the bracers?
The bracers are going to be slightly less than the amulets, around 5,500 here and 4,500 in a more commerce-heavy city.
Do you know if your friend is open to procuring magic items?
Given how long these have been here, I would say probably not.
Do you
Well,
think
if
she-
they have been here for so long, should we not get a discount?
Oh, you're asking about if she'll give you a better deal. That would be up to her, darling. I merely would give you the fair price. And
You're just going to tell her like
that's
the
what
sale
the fair
price.
price. You can roll a persuasion right now to try and say like, hey, these have been sitting so long. Wouldn't it make sense to get it off her hands? Or
Yeah,
persuasion?
I'll give her 3,000 gold right now. For both.
24.
24. She goes. It would save me the trouble of having to come back and praise them again. I'll see if I can convince her.
They would.
Your
put a
friend,
good
does he
use.
perform on stages? Anything?
Oh, yeah.
Does he
Yes,
show?
he would love that. If that
Does he
can
have
help
any
us get a
does he
discount.
have any accolades? Any
Well-
titles or anything?
Yeah,
He has the lovely lip.
The lovely
Well, that's a
Luke.
stage
Yeah, but
name.
he also
He was
won.
the winner of Orem's Hold
The
festival.
Oh. That should help greatly. Marilyn, God, I haven't heard her play. What is she up to now?
Well, she is long past.
No.
Yes, she ended up.
It
getting
cannot
sick,
be.
Yes, but I have decided to take up her mantle, and I have been traveling around.
Wait. You're not. That's not. Is that hers?
Yes, it is. And I'll have her look at it.
She looks at it.
Give her the sob story.
I am very, very honored to be in your presence. This is the music that she would play with this.
Put me to sleep many nights.
You see that she waves her hand over it, and it gives a prestidigitation while also like tuning it super nice. And she goes, "Please,
Thank you.
If you're ever performing while you're here, let me know. I'd love to come to one of your shows. You see, Marilyn, both of you here. Marilyn, yes, darling. I'm sorry, I was distracted by our star. They were wondering
I didn't know.
if these items here are, well, they're a bit old and they've been sitting here for a while and they haven't really been doing you any good. So they were wondering if you might be interested in giving them a discount, especially given their association to the lovely loot here. Champion and title winner of the Orm's Hold
No, I don't like the brand.
Festival. She goes, no,
I don't like the brand.
you didn't.
No.
Some say the youngest winner.
You say that, Faith looks at you, she goes, it's not true. she just kind of like, that's not true.
Can I roll a deception?
I mean, some say it.
You can roll a Are you saying it to her?
Yes.
Okay, roll deception.
Some say the youngest. I mean, it may not be true, but some people say it.
That's a 12.
You see Marilyn looks at you and she goes, actually, that title belongs to a grung fellow. Used to sing the most beautiful opera. 1 year old.
Impressive. I had no idea.
We'll go correct those some people that are lying.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
An honest mistake.
I'm gonna step outside. Does the door open outward or inward?
You gotta test
you
it.
notice that the door does have a little bit of a swing, but just like a music box that has those little like you spin it to create the sound. As you do it, the doors have this very gentle melody that plays every time you open them. But when you open them, it's a different melody every time.
Yeah, that's just opening and closing.
She's like, ooh.
No, I was gonna play a prank on, but I'm not gonna do it now. I'm still very distrustful of this gilded city, so I'm just gonna watch the streets and
Roll
look
perception.
around. 18. I think I have plus 4 is 22.
22. You're looking around.
Plus 6, 24.
24. With a 24, you're looking around. You see the many street vendors and stuff like that. But with a 24, you also see that there are some alleyways, and you do see people seem to be like exchanging some stuff. And given your experience investigating drugs, it definitely looks like somebody's doing some drug deal in an alley. So not everything
Now
is
we know where to get
prim and
drugs.
prestige as the city would necessarily present itself. They have been sitting there for quite a while. I do hate to bother Faith all of the time. You want all 3 items?
Yeah.
Faith, how much would you say for all 3? Oh, for all 3?
13,000.
Probably a nickel. They're actually free. Just give them, because these people are so no. She says, for
My
all
shocked
3,
face.
for all 3, probably we'll say 11. What are your passive insights?
16.
It has to be above 15.
Nope.
16.
14.
You two don't really notice it. You two notice that Faith is deeply uncomfortable having to like do this and stuff, and she's like, I would say 11,000 for all 3 items. She turns. She goes, well, there you are, 11,000 for all 3.
Did the price go up?
No, but
No, she cut off like 3,000 gold.
Oh.
Well, 2, yeah.
no, I think I'm good.
I would be open to the proposal, but only if you were open to bargaining in magic items.
You see, Marilyn turns to you. I'm truly not interested in dealing with magic items any longer. You saw how long that these have been here.
Mm-hmm.
Unless your magic item pertains to music. Does it? No.
No.
I would say go to the adventurer's shop. They will have.
These will just have to sit in the back, and you'll have to call Faith again.
She says, I was
do
given
have
an honest
I do
price.
have a magical instrument if you're willing to take a look at it.
You do?
I do.
May I?
Yes.
What are you interested in trading?
I was just, seeing what you were willing to give me. And it's an instrument of illusions.
Oh.
Ooh, this is beautiful. Wait a minute. You see that she does that same kind of magic where she tunes it. And you see that she begins to play the instrument. You notice that 3 little figures begin to dance in front of her. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, this is quite good. Half. Say 6,000. No, 5,500 for all 3. And the
If you're willing
item.
to part with it only.
I mean, you guys need this stuff. I don't necessarily, if it's gonna help you guys help me, then,
Well, have you used this one before?
How long have you had that?
a while.
Is it sentimental?
I got it from somebody. Somebody we all know.
Who?
What's his face?
Was it?
Yeah, Argo.
The-
Beach
Oh,
guy.
That's where I got all my stuff that's no longer with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Elm lost all his stuff, so at least I'll know where mine's at.
If you're willing, I think.
I mean, if you guys are willing to pay the other.
Yes.
You see
yes.
Faith is like, wow, that's a very, very generous offer that you're giving, Marilyn. I think that would be too good to pass up. Surely only
Can
a
I insight
fool
check
would
her?
pass that. Yes.
She's just like, I don't want to keep doing this. Sell these items.
Or that thing Argos gave us is very rare.
10.
You can tell that the item that he's offering is not that valuable, and the discount that she's giving to you is like
Ridiculous.
2 or 3 times the value of the instrument that he's giving you, already on a heavily discounted price of 3 very strong, very powerful magic items.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I think that's a good deal.
Deal.
absolutely. And go ahead and
Just don't tell
Between-
Yenna, because then she'll hate me even more, because I got you guys something and not her.
Yeah, because I'm that petty.
I feel like you already hate me,
I'm
Yenna.
not.
Was
I'm
the
not
least
there.
expensive.
No, the
Boots were
The
The boots are
were-
the boots.
2, 1.
is
'Cause it's 5.
Is the amulet for you?
Oh.
Unless you.
Oh.
I thought you wanted the boots.
I wanted both.
His
No.
face was
I
devastated.
lost both. I had both those items and I lost them.
What? I'm gonna give you something you can trade at the magic shop.
Fine.
We'll hash it out
We're gonna
without
first try to
another
look at it.
Lover's quarrel.
I didn't ask for
I
anything.
said without another one.
No, that's the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper goes, lover's quarrel.
Yeah, that's all the
I
time.
like Elm's excitement when he like reaches for the necklace and then she
And she
takes
grabs
it,
it
and I'm
right in front of you.
she was
It
lover's
does
quarrel.
look good on me.
And Zari's like all the time.
Honey,
Okay.
you're a marvel.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He was showing me his hit points.
I thought you had tough.
I'm way below him. Not since the rebuild.
Not since the rebirth.
The third era.
The third area. We're on tour. Well, a
This-
deal well struck.
Absolutely.
Deal well met.
And
Faith turns to you. If my services are no longer needed, it's been a pleasure.
Do you run a shop or anything?
Fortune telling, divination is my specialty.
Okay, where is your
You
shop?
know what?
It's right down the road, actually,
What,
just a few blocks away.
what kind of divination?
All of it. Divination's a school, darling. Fortune
I knew
telling,
that.
the pasts. Yes, I know that you did, of course.
I will
Magic!
I will see you soon.
Absolutely.
Very well. Please
She
do.
already knew that.
I feel
Oh.
I feel kind of bad. Maybe if
God,
if
she
we
has
get
feelings.
if we
Faith is like, ooh, yikes.
Since
and
the
she teleports away.
I
have a lot of feelings. That's the problem.
Since the rebuild.
Too many
Since the third
feelings.
era. Maybe if you do like a little performance at some point. We invite her.
For what?
I don't feel like you have to.
For the
I
shopkeeper.
didn't piss anybody off.
No, she was saying that maybe as a nice thing, a nice gesture for the shopkeeper.
Yeah, I was just thinking you and
Muriel.
I mean, I don't need a reason to
the
pray.
friend that we know so well, have been traveling
traveled
with for
with.
weeks.
yeah,
I mean, I'll start playing right now. I don't need a reason. I mean,
it's stupid.
If
It's
you-
fine.
If you have the time, I mean, I'd love to hear.
I won't tell you no.
She seemed to know your mom.
You should start playing role performance.
He's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
While that is going on, Yenna.
Yenna's bored. She's gonna cast. She's gonna cast Pass Without a Trace, 2nd level, and I want to sneak down the alley to one of those drug deals.
Okay, before you're able to do that, you're seeing this happen with your 24 perception. You see this deal go down, and you notice that on your periphery there are a couple of guards just like walking down the street. You notice that all of a sudden one of them stops, turns his head directly, like almost looking through the wall, and is looking directly at the thing, and both of them begin to hurriedly move that direction.
I'm gonna follow just for fun to watch. Then I won't do Pass Without a Trace. I'll just kind of follow.
Following behind the guards.
Yeah.
You see that as they round the corner, the alley is not very big. It's kind of a T-joint. You're looking through the line of the T. And you're seeing these two, and they kind of both go wide-eyed. You see them both just split, going different directions, and the guards split behind. You're able to very quickly, make your way through to the fork. Do you choose to go right or choose to go left?
Right.
Okay. You start heading right. You begin following. Roll me a athletics check.
Oh, should have went left.
Athletics. It's a 12.
With a 12, you're able to catch up. The person who seemed to be buying the drugs didn't really seem to be like super old. They seemed to be like a teenage, maybe late teenage human. The guard you don't really see. They have those kind of gold masks that are embroidered in different things. So you don't really get to, you don't really see any defining features of a species. But you do see this guard kind of viciously run down this person, jab the base of their spear into not the sharp end, but the base of it into the back of the knee, and Charlie horse this kid who you hear as he collapses, and you see this it was very kind of intense motion of the guard just forcing the head, putting the shield down on the crest of the neck, and then taking the arms and manacling them. You see him pick up the guard. He's now sheathed the spear in a little holder and is walking them out.
War on drugs pretty intense, huh?
You see that they just walk past you. The guard doesn't say anything. The kid says, "Yeah, they suck."
Sorry, kid. Hang in there.
Save him.
I'll try. At this point, they round the corner that you had come down, are heading out. You don't see the other direction, the guard or the other one.
I'll kind of keep my distance. I don't want to piss the guard off, but I'm watching just to see if there's anything else.
You walk out. You do see a normal commotion of people seeing somebody being escorted by a guard. It's not some crazy thing, but they're definitely ooh, there's just those looky-loos and stuff like that.
Alright, I'll make my way back to the front of the shop. That was more exciting than shopping.
At this point, everybody else is coming out of the shop. What would you get on your performance?
17.
17. That was wonderful. That was
Thank
wonderful. You should see the College of Avi. It's a beautiful place. They have wonderful teachers and everything. You would be right at home there.
I will definitely check it out. Thank you. Mm-hmm. We best go check on Yenna before she gets herself in trouble.
Yenna.
You guys look out, and it seems like Yenna has been standing in the same 5-foot spot for the whole time.
Which is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
She's the least likely one.
That's what she wants you to think.
Well,
No.
she might just break randomly.
Yeah.
Her mouth's been kind of loud today, so pissing people off.
She's just yawning.
and
Ugh, you guys get what you needed.
then
Yeah,
some.
and then some. We got an amazing deal and learned the person that appraised it has a divination shop right down the way.
And I gave a performance.
And I'm quiet now.
You did.
And the
I'm shocked. You found an opportunity to play for someone, and you did. That's wonderful.
It was amazing.
That's wonderful.
You're
The shop-
walking. You see people are walking. And go, you play music.
Yes.
Play us a song.
I'll start playing a song.
You get the sensation that, yeah, it's that kind of place.
I'll start walking and playing.
I thought it was sweet the shopkeeper knew his mother.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
You seemed uninterested, so I mean.
I was.
since you don't care about me anymore.
I was gonna ask in the moment, but could I like retroactively insight to see if Lute was like emotional
Sure.
during that conversation?
Absolutely.
Just because I feel like that's a sensitive topic. That's
Did you get more than a 5?
Yes.
Oh, he was bawling the whole time.
Openly weeping.
Yeah.
As soon as
As
she
soon
said
as she
mom,
mentioned it,
she just
yeah.
said the word mom. No, whatever you got and whatever you want.
It was a dirty 20.
Oh, well, it was definitely emotional. Yeah, it was somebody who knew his mother and knew, like, the musical side of her. And it wasn't sad for him. It was more happy. Somebody knew his mother and was praising her.
Yeah, more than just like we know your mother and her death, but someone who knew your mother and her life.
That's right. It was amazing. I'm not going to go in my room and cry.
Yet.
Yeah, yep.
He's gonna go
That's
in
kind
his
of what
room.
her check-in was
Exactly.
because she knows that's a soft spot for you.
No, Lute's doing pretty good. And then Yenna's slowly bringing him back down.
No, all kidding aside, Lute, that's amazing. You ran into someone that knows your mother. I don't want to take that away from you. I apologize if I seem crass.
You've apologized enough. I think just don't apologize anymore.
That noted.
Yenna was
It's
there.
not like
No
you.
more apologies.
When I think of Yenna, I don't think of I'm sorry.
I think of Zari for that. Mostly because it rhymes.
We're walking to the divination shop,
Or the adventure shop, whatever you guys want.
Adventurer shop.
which is closest.
The divination shop by far. The
Okay.
adventure shop you would be like probably 30, 40 minutes in the same direction.
Yeah, so we could stop
Stop
if
the
it's
divination
important
shop
to you,
and
still.
then go to the adventure shop,
We
or
can.
vice versa. You get the sensation that the further away from music you are, the more like adventure stuff, more like non-music stuff. So like
Yeah.
the college is the opposite direction. And then the casino is in this direction as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, we can go find out why Elm is Elm.
I mean, my parents, parent was shit, but I understand it's important. You want to know where you came from.
Well, I mean, it's not that I really care who my parents are because I'm still me, and like they weren't ever there. So it's just more or less. I guess I'm more intrigued on how I came into possession of a castle, if it's not Armshold.
You've never wondered why they were never there? If you were taken from them?
Well, I never knew them.
Correct.
I was a baby when I was taken. I don't remember anything. There was no house. There was no memories of dinner with the family. It was just it was my cell and the people around me.
That's fair. I never met my father when he was living.
I mean, your parents could have, had to do what they had to done. Some parents, end up doing things that they shouldn't do, but have to do, and then down the line, you end up giving birth to things, but it's alright, because you
Yeah.
can forgive them.
I wouldn't say I'm upset with them. I mean, obviously not great, but I'm sure they had a reason. I've done stupid things. Maybe it was just a stupid thing that they did.
Or how do you know they even wanted you to be taken?
Exactly. I don't know.
I don't know if you don't ask.
I guess we
Yeah.
can
We
We
can
can go.
figure it out, and
We
who
can all
knows?
get
Maybe you
given
could
a
meet
hint.
your parents.
Just heed caution. For every one of these gifted divination wizards, there's probably 10 that would be more than happy to take your coin and tell you whatever you want to hear.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I'm not really looking for anything, but if they can at least give me a name, I can go with that.
One thing I'll say is if she does try to bullshit us, there's no way she's gonna guess all this shit. Right?
Just got a point.
Like if she's like, I sensed a happy childhood. Way off. Fake.
For who?
I sense Elm is a great liar who's been deceiving you for all time.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like my radar, I feel like I'll know. And you're such an honest individual that you would know if someone was lying to you.
No.
No?
No.
I get lied to all the time.
Yeah. No.
You remember those adventurers who kidnapped me?
I'm good at dishing it out, but I am not good at.
That's right.
I'm a performer, okay?
Okay, we're gonna have to not rely on you in this then.
You guys make your way to the divination shop. You see a lovely little sign. It says Faith Lulette's Insights.
Ooh.
You open it up. It's not like a fortune teller shop where it's, a crystal ball and everything like that. You see that there is a staff that's leaned up against the crook of what seems to go back into like an office. Large table that does seem to sit anywhere from like 10 to 12 people, but one specific seat, it's kind of like a blackjack table, where there's one seat that's designated. You do see on the opposite side of the wall that there is a bookshelf, just head to toe with different tomes and the like. Some different ingredients kept in kind of drawers and shelves and stuff like that. There are different sensations of smells and stuff, where everything else, especially in the city for the most part, has this like perfumed sense. There is just like, oh yeah, sometimes things don't always smell like they belong together. Sometimes things just smell. It's not that it smells bad, it's just, it's like walking into an incense shop and being bombarded with 50 different things that don't really blend together.
Or the ancient Bath and Body Works.
Exactly.
It's like Hollister, how like it smells.
There
Good.
is a guy without his shirt on that has a six-pack abs and he goes, Dior for men.
You know what I'm talking about though. Like you walk in and you're like bombarded by different smells.
You're like, this is...
No one
There's
smell.
a smell here.
Yeah, no one smell is bad, but all of these smells together is not good.
Yeah, you're like choking on the air a little bit.
With
Definitely.
a hint of Axe body spray.
Oh, not a long time to wait at all.
Hello.
I understand that you are interested in my services. Were all of you looking to see into the future, into your past? How can I help?
I guess I'm looking for an answer of who my parents are.
Okay. I'm going to assume, but correct me if I'm wrong. Orphan?
You got me.
Do you remember where your orphanage was growing up?
I mean, I wouldn't really call it an orphanage, but it was in blank. I forget what it was.
Greyport.
Greyport.
Okay. Very well. I'm going to assume that this was not a pleasant place where you were at. I would say probably magical means would be the best way of doing it. Please take a seat. And any spot that they're just chairs. And you see that she goes over the wall with the ingredients and tomes and stuff like that. You see that she starts feathering through a couple of books, opens one up, references, goes through the drawers, is grabbing materials, and then you see that she's got a mortar and pestle that she begins grinding these components together.
Interested in looking into the past or future?
Not mine.
Me neither. The past is in the past, and the future should be a surprise.
My parents kicked me out, so I don't care.
Now, as far as information, I can give you all sorts of answers. I can't give you every answer at the same time. I do charge by the the information that you want. Is there something specifically that you're looking for? A name, perhaps if they're alive, or where they might be now, or you tell me what you're looking for, because looking into past is not as simply as just opening a window shade and looking through. There's magics at work.
I just want a name.
Okay. Very well. First names, surnames.
I have both.
Not a problem.
Surnames would give you a lead.
Some people prefer only looking at surnames. I'm not saying this may be the case for you, but other people may have a certain sort of resentment and only want to know about where they come from, not necessarily to find out, but to have an understanding of themselves. If you are looking for them, be more than happy to get both names. You see that she sits down, she opens the book. You see that she waves her hand, and there's a mage hand that goes from behind the counter. You see that it brings over a little scroll, and it kind of rolls open. She kind of gently lays it out and goes, here are my prices for everything. You see, for what you're looking for, it's a gold.
Just a gold.
Just a gold. You're just looking for a name.
Yeah?
Oh. He was like, kind of like
Counting.
ready, like he was getting his bag ready, and then she just says a gold, and he's like, oh.
You look on there, and it says, prices vary on the information, but it has kind of like a standard practice, which is like first name, last name, only last name. All of those things are just a gold.
On the list, is there one that says, like, information on a memory?
Yeah. Forgotten Memories
Yeah,
is one
is
of
there
them,
a price?
for sure. Forgotten Memories, it says prices may vary. Minor memories, 5 gold. Traumatic memories, 100 gold. Things that have been forgotten, 200 gold.
What?
When I was in this... Name, forgotten memory. And he starts, like, getting his gold out.
Of course. Just for you? Anybody else?
Any forgotten
We'll see
memories?
what this brings, but
It's been
Sure,
around a long time.
I'm sure I have many.
Interesting.
None that
Okay,
I wish to
if-
revisit.
You don't mind? She kind of takes the mage hand. You see that it zips across, and it starts just gathering materials. It's just, I just like to know how much I need so that we're not getting up and down and taking time. So there's absolutely no pressure if you change your mind.
it's for a forgotten memory.
A repressed one, or just one you've forgotten?
It's from my childhood, so I'm not sure.
Childhood memories are very common. 5 gold for something like that. Now, keep in mind that if this turns out to be something that your mind is actively trying to repress, perhaps through trauma or something, we'll know that. We'll find that out, and if you want to continue, press forward, but it will cost that difference amount. Is that alright? Agreeable.
Yeah. I didn't have a traumatic childhood.
No,
She kinda...
None of us did.
I didn't.
I just like to be upfront with
Mine sucked
how
when
I
got to a
charge and
teenager.
everything like that.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Who would like to go first?
Elm. We were here for Elm.
Okay. This forgotten memory, you have a specific idea of what you think you may have forgotten, or perhaps something that was repressed?
Yeah, well, I think it was forcefully forgotten. It
What would
was...
that be?
I was in a cell, and I saw a lizard, and it came out of a drain, and there was like someone came up behind me, and then I blacked out.
Of course.
But I was awake because apparently I was moving around, but I don't remember moving around.
All right. All right.
So I want to know who visited me in that cell, or at least
You think someone visited you?
I think so. Or at least just what happened to me.
His
What I
memory
will-
was altered.
So altered memories are different than repressed memories.
Oh.
Repressed memories are something that I can do, something I can guarantee. It's a matter of navigating the mind in a way that it won't break or be damaged. Altered memories is when somebody essentially breaks into your mind and changes the locks. Now, I can do my best, but it is costly, very time-consuming, and I also can't guarantee that I will be able to get you a result. Depends on the person who altered said memories. Now, I don't like doing this very often, and I honestly don't, because I don't like having you pay for something that I can't guarantee. Does that seem fair? Now, let me ask you this. You said you were in a cell.
Mm-hmm.
Was this in a city? Were you perhaps captured by officials or by kidnappers?
Officials.
Officials. Do you know the city?
Tolmac.
Right.
I do not want to waste your money. I would assume, especially if it's an official from Ptolemaic, that they're probably a very skilled magic user. Now, I can try.
Can I pay you for the troubles, and if it succeeds, I pay you the other half?
It's not a matter of money. It's I don't want you to waste your money when I can't. If
And
you're
I'm assuming
if
it's
you're
the components that would be wasted as well.
I don't want you to waste your money on something I can't deliver on. It's like you asking for a soup and me saying I'm out. I wouldn't want you to pay for it. If you're comfortable with that, knowing wholeheartedly that I might not be able to get you an answer, then I would do it.
I think it's worth it. It's worth a shot.
All right?
For how much?
That's 250 gold. It's quite pricey.
That's okay.
All right. Very well. Would you, before we start digging into your mind and maybe, I don't want to say damaging it, but it might make your head hazy for a while, let's try and get the name of your lineage. You said a first and last name. Both parents or single parents? It won't affect the price.
Both.
Very well. If you don't mind, I'll just need a drop of blood. And you see that she just kind of...
Stabs him in the
He
neck.
just hands her his
She just-
very scarred hand. Don't worry, I'm kind of...
You really gotta
I'm
jab it?
So sorry, dear.
That's okay.
You see that she has... It's like a little quill. A little feathered quill, but it's got just this little sharp pinpoint. And she just goes... Drops a couple of... See, she puts her hand over, and her eyes, even closed, begin to glow that cyan white. Her hand begins to glow. Those components, all in this nice little mortar, begin to meld and mesh. It's not like they're boiling, but it's like they're just forming into a single blob. And as they do, you see them begin to just evaporate a little bit. She opens her eyes. She goes, you see, she smiles. Forgive me. She stands up. You see, she walks over to the bookcase, pulls down a book, sets it down in front of her, and sits down. Most people I do this for, I hate to be crass, are bastards. People who
figured.
are unwanted for one reason or another. I don't think that's the case with you. And she turns the book around, she slides it over to you. And on the title it reads, Lineages of the Houses of the Human Kingdom. She opens up the book. She begins flipping through the pages.
Bum, 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 bum.
Have you ever heard of this house? You look down on the page, and it's House Chevalier.
Can I roll the history?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's related.
13.
I'm going to say disadvantage, unfortunately, given your history and your
Upbringing.
background.
13, still.
With the 13, the name sounds vaguely familiar, but only in the sense that you think that maybe your time in Ptolemaic in the orphanage, that maybe Orlis was giving you like a children's story, and maybe you're blending a name, maybe you're not, you can't quite remember it. You're looking through and you're reading the page, and it says at the top, House Chevalier extinct. Cadet House, House Lamont, First Kings of the Human Kingdom. And it's going through the information, goes through how a few hundred years ago the House Marsk took over the position of High King from House Lamont, and that as part of the contrition that House Lamont needed to give, all of their cadet houses, the houses that are a part of their family, but like distant cousins, like third cousins, they essentially start their own house and stuff like that, that they had to like all of those houses needed to be consigned. And you're reading that you belong to this noble house that ties its own lineage to the first High Kings of the Human Kingdom. House Lamont is something with your 13. Lamont is a name that you do remember very specifically. They're said to be fearsome warriors, champions, martial prowess, expertise, and the like. That is what they're renowned for. They're also known for unifying the human kingdoms after the Age of Civilization, in times where there was these ages of conflict where all of like elves and dwarves and orcs and stuff were all warring, and the human kingdom, where it sits, is kind of in between all of these things. So they were responsible for unifying the human kingdom and all of these human houses into like, hey, we need to stick together, otherwise we're all going to die.
I don't get it. It says his family's extinct.
It appears not.
Well, how is that possible? It says that it...
What happened to his parents?
If you don't mind staying for a while, there's some other matches that I can do that might be able to give us both some insights. My only guess, when your house was consigned or eliminated, that perhaps House Marsk didn't kill all of them. Perhaps they've kept them as a bargaining chip so that House Lamont would never rise up against them. I cannot say for certain, nor can my magic reveal that, but I feel that if I try to peer into maybe your family, your parents' lineage, that I might be able to ascertain where they were and where they were from.
Whoa.
This must be it. Please, take the book, read it.
Will
You may keep it. I can always find another copy.
will that cost more to find out?
No. I must admit, I have a professional curiosity. It's not every day that a house of you have nobility in your home.
I mean, we kind of joked about it, but
So what castle did we give up?
Oh, no.
You're looking through and you're reading, and it says the seat, the house that you used to be a part of. There's a house that your family had a castle. It was in ruin, but has since been under the protection of House Lamont.
But Lamont is said to have taken over his family's lineage, right?
No,
Marsh.
Marsh.
Oh, okay.
Marsh.
I was
Marsh-
like, Lamont is bad. No.
Lamont is good.
Marsk is bad.
Lamont is the first High King. Marsk took that over. Marsk said, "Okay, we won't kill all of you right now, but you have to eliminate all of your cadet houses, all of your cousins, everybody else. It can only be your family line that can survive."
So
I'm not treating him any different.
this is a lot. Do you want to?
You see
Learn
that
more?
the seat is Castle Midcliff.
Well, we know who owns that now.
And That's okay.
Forgive me. I can't help but castle, everything. I assumed that you never knew. Obviously. How do you know who owns the castle? I thought the.
It's a long story.
Funny story.
But you've helped us out a lot.
Honestly, I'm curious. I'm excited. This doesn't happen to. Even in my long lifetime, I've never had anything like this happen before.
Well, you see, there was a fey being
Ugh.
A fey bitch.
You see, she spits on the floor.
who promised that they would bring back her
I feel the same
Her-
way about Ptolemy.
lover, and
Let me guess. It wasn't what you were expecting.
yeah. Well, I didn't even know I had a castle, so I was like, hey.
Unseelie fair, tricky like that.
And pressured him.
Purely.
I won't ever come back. This is your last chance. Give me a castle and I will save your sister's lover.
Where's your friend? She hasn't passed, has she?
She's sleeping forever.
Is she home?
She's
Is
on
she
our
near?
ship.
Yeah, and then he came
She's
back.
here.
He came
Yeah.
back and he's like, I'll make
If you
another
can bring
deal.
her here, I might be able to break the spell.
Zari's up from the table. She's out.
All right, she's
Wait,
gonna go
someone-
get.
Someone go with Zari.
Hold
Zari's
on.
gonna
Hold,
get some!
No, Zari's already out.
Hold on. You better not be playing, woman.
You can roll insight
She tells you, roll insight.
as you say. You better not be playing.
I would say more in
Intimidation.
intimidation.
Well,
Better
I would
not
say
hurt God's
insight.
favorite
What's your
lesbian.
passive insight? You can roll intimidation afterward.
I guess if Yana starts talking, Zari would be like up and she'd be like moving to the door.
You're at the
Passive
door.
insight's a 12.
I'm not going to treat you any different.
With your passive insight of 12, you have no reason to feel that she's been beguiling. I would say if you want to
I
get
always think everybody's.
No, 100. The reason why I jumped to insight first is like if you want to get a better read on like, is this person playing me in my experience of tricksters and charlatans and stuff like that? Usually when a deal's too good to be true, it is. Or you can just jump straight to the intimidation and be like, you better not be playing with us.
Yeah, I'm jumping straight to the intimidation because it's not so much about how I'm reading her; it's about how I'm reading her.
This is
100%.
Mama Bear.
This one. 11.
With your passive insight of 12, I lost my husband to the Unseelie Fae. I would not joke about your friend, nor do I have any reason to try and scam your friend here. I have no reason to expect him to be of noble blood. I offered fair prices and told you point blank that I did not want to do services that I could not guarantee. I understand your trepidation given today's news, but I assure you I can't say friend. I don't know you very well, but I have no reason to lie.
I think
I apologize. This group has been through a lot.
It's fine.
specifically the one that just left.
Yeah.
And
Luke, will you
this
go with her?
person,
And do what?
Just
she already flew off.
fair enough.
You don't know if I'm flying.
You see,
Oh, go ahead, run after her.
What?
you see the cartoon where it's just smoke, and then in the background you look out the window, it's just them flying off into the sunset. That's sorry.
You might connect with this then. It's her love.
Even if it wasn't, I hate the Unseelie Fae. Anything that
I'm
I can
glad.
do to disrupt their plans or sour whatever it is that they are doing, I would gladly do for
Is-
free.
Hey Matt, your Argos is showing.
Is this shop warded against?
The city is warded.
Oh, okay, I thought it was just the casino.
King Draghi, also a very adept practitioner of magics and arcana, has warded the city, given our proximity to the marshes.
Does that mean we could get the castle back?
I'm gonna go help Zari, and I fly off.
I cannot undo the deal
That's fair.
that you have made if it's already done.
That's fair.
But I can undo the effect that he has put your...
Hey, to be fair,
Sisters
that's more
friend.
important. I just don't know how any of this works. I've been... Hey, do you want to dig around in my brain a little bit more and figure out what was going on?
Of course, I'd be happy to, especially
Just the
given the context of this.
Also, how do you spell that name?
Is
Like-
there
I will
anything
type
you
it
wanna
to you.
do yet?
No, now that we found out she can help poetry, this is worth the trip.
Is there anything... Truly, I would gladly just help. I do not need the money. I have lived many lifetimes as an adventurer, as a scholar, as an advisor. I do this because I want to help people. And usually I charge for components, but it seems like you are, well, interesting people nonetheless. And honestly, you've piqued my curiosity. If there's anything that I could help with any of you, I'd gladly do it. But for you, please. You see that she puts a bunch of different materials in there. Everybody roll a nature check. Who's here? With your
So-
passive 27, you're flying away, but you glimpse out of the corner of your eye like, ooh, that looks like a rare flower.
I know all about flowers. Can
I have a book about it.
can Elm have advantage because Orlis took care of the gardens in Ptolemac?
Yeah,
For the gift
You're
of
welcome.
10.
but the kids are dead, so...
fertilizer.
That landed
Circle
in
of
such
life.
a 10 plus.
What'd you get on your natures?
19.
10, 19?
Oh, I thought
I-
you read my die. I was like,
She-
wow,
You
I
flew
don't-
after it?
no.
Yeah, because
You
I
got
got
it?
worried. I'm like,
Yeah.
she's not the strongest.
How's she gonna
Physically.
carry it? How's she gonna carry
And
it?
neither am I, but
Together.
maybe together.
17.
My 19, my 17, you see her putting in rare flowers that you've never seen before. I will say that with your 19, you've seen this flower once as a component that was used in a shop when you were a child. It was something that a wizard or a healer had requested and was using to try and cure your mother. You, with the 17, have a different sense of information, and you remember Orlis walking you through the garden and pointing out this very rare flower from the Briarstone Basin in southeastern Thera. And it is a very rare, very hard to find flower. It only blooms every couple of years. But when it blooms, it just explodes and kind of goes everywhere.
With my 10, I just go, ooh, that's pretty.
With your 10, you recognize this flower right away. You've seen it, but you don't think it's a big deal because the Briarstone Basin is where Larakis is.
Oh, okay.
So you've seen that. You're like, yeah, that blooms.
Yeah,
Every couple of years.
it's a
For you.
dandelion.
That's like every other couple months. You know?
Yeah.
Because you're old.
Blooms all the time.
All the time, constant.
I pick
Honestly,
one up and eat it.
honestly, to you, it's almost like a weed.
Yeah.
You kind of like, you know that it has medicinal purposes, but it's also kind of annoying because when they do bloom, they explode everywhere and they kind of kill other plant life.
Invasive.
Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
There's no guarantees that I'll be able to give you more answers, but I'll do what I can.
Oh, I know.
That's fine.
These are huge, though.
I'm gonna roll this. I don't think any of you can see it. She needs to get above an 18.
I give her bardic
Ooh.
inspiration.
Can't apply.
Add anything, or is it just? Does it add anything? Or
That
just
is with
flat?
her adding stuff.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, she gets a 12. You see her.
Damn.
You to see her. She's struggling. She's trying to push through. You see Elm is sitting there at the table, and he's kind of like wincing, almost like in pain. It's not comfortable. It's like getting a COVID test where they take that giant thing and they're just shove it into your brain. It is that kind of, except it's like a continued sensation for probably like probably like 2 or 3 minutes. And then finally she said, I'm sorry, I did what I can, but whoever locked those memories away very adept, very skilled. I have to say, given what you do know, it does not surprise me. Given your lineage, there are too many coincidences to say that it's not all important. I mean, Ptolemaic, Marsk family have been the High Kings, and they do have ambassadors there. So it is possible that whoever it is, maybe that was a possible vendetta. I don't understand the context of what happened before or after, but it could be something associated with that, or maybe whatever it is you do as work. I'm going to assume adventurers.
Yeah. Hey, that's fair. Hey, thanks for trying.
Of course. Anything I can do for the two of you?
Nope, I don't need to remember nothing.
I'm going to regret this, but can you check on the living?
Yes. Honestly, it's much easier to look at somebody in the present and alive, even if they're further away.
My daughter, Raven. I just want to know she's all right. I wrote to her about her brother and I haven't heard back.
Do you know where she is? Or where she should be?
Yeah, she's back home. Can't remember the town. But same place she grew up.
Insert
Taking
name
over her.
here.
She took over her father's apothecary.
The name of the apothecary.
Ravens blooms.
Insert name.
I don't know
here.
if she's changed the name at this point, but it was...
She's your kin, though.
Yes, it's my daughter.
Give me a, if I may. She takes a drop of blood, puts it in there.
right through the hand.
You see that she, within 6 seconds, she opens her eyes. She's quite beautiful. Seems to be doing well. She seemed to be working on mushrooms or something, but I'm not sure if that's of interest to you or if it's just normal apothecary work.
No, thank you. That's all I need to know.
She looked well. There was a gentleman there, handsome, young. They seemed to be talking and be very friendly.
Oh, damn it.
Good for her.
Grandma Yenna incoming?
I lost my chance.
You were trying to... A younger Yenna.
Thank you.
Gilf Yenna. Yenna's Gilf era is coming.
A new
It's
era.
about to glow up.
We jump over to Zari, who is landing on the ship. You are rushing towards...
I think if she would have followed me out, I probably would have heard her and I would have like slowed down and waited for her.
Yes, you hear through the wind of this music-filled city with your 27... I sense someone else. You
Someone's
turn
flying
over.
behind me.
You do kind of like this barrel roll kind of swing, and you do see Raya following you,
Frantically.
trying to keep up.
Wait!
I kind of just like hover there and wait for her.
I thought it would be a lot for you to do on your own.
I was kind of hoping like Basalt was still on the ship or something. But
You guys are still
I
flying. Right?
I didn't know if you were trying to come by air back.
no, probably not.
Okay. Good, my wings are tired.
You guys fly through the city. It doesn't take you long, especially since you're flying. It takes about maybe 15, 20 minutes from where you are. Eventually, you do land in the dock. You see that the dock itself has a number of guards already, but you see that your ship specifically, most of the crew is still there.
Okay.
Most of them, you notice, like, most of them are, like, just taking it easy. They're taking in the sights. They're catching their breath. They're having a drink on the top deck. Basalt is just there. He sees you guys flying and goes,
I waved to him. I land on the top deck and go up to Basalt and in Primordial. I ask him to do me a favor. And I say, I know you're very tired.
"No, I'm happy."
I fucking love him.
And I explain we're taking poetry to the shop.
You have girlfriend?
Yeah.
I will help.
What's he saying?
He just turns to you.
He seems
He's gonna
agreeable.
help. He's gonna help. And then I like lead him down to her, pick her up.
He picks her up. You notice that, like, for most people, it's like like picking up a person. It's not that it's difficult, but it's also not the easiest thing to do. For him, it's like he's picking up a bag of, like, Cheetos. It's just like...
Yeah.
He does it by
I knew
her
he'd be
head.
the strongest, so.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel bad. I didn't want to, like, intrude. I imagine you, like, carrying her all the way.
He sees you being like, I feel bad. He goes, did I do something
No,
wrong?"
she thought that I wouldn't be able to carry, but I had a plan, and we didn't communicate it. You're doing great.
Me. I love this guy.
And then I just, like, lead him out
Yeah.
to the shop.
He like walks. He gets to the top deck. He goes by there. He looks at you guys. He goes, I can't fly.
No, that's okay. We'll walk.
What's the
Okay.
temperature like out here?
It's very nice.
Okay.
Think. So this is fairly close, maybe a little bit north of the equator. So think like Caribbean, kind of like subtropics kind of climate.
You see macaws flying.
Well, I'm like, I know poetry's like
Actually, yeah.
unconscious, but like,
Don't want her uncomfortable.
I don't want her to be uncomfortable.
No
if
jokes.
it's
There are a
chilly.
lot of songbirds. He follows you guys. It takes a little longer because you guys are going by foot, about 40, 45 minutes. But you guys arrive back at the shop. Meanwhile, you guys are sitting there. Have any questions in this meantime? Anything that you would have wanted to ask?
I just keep making fun of Elm the whole time. My lord! Can I get you anything? My lord!
I don't like this.
Your Majesty, are you okay?
Yenna, Faith is going to look at you. Forgive me. Unfortunate habits of divination with wizards. We have quite keen eyes at insight, and I couldn't help but notice, but you are going through a loss, aren't you, recently?
Yes.
Not a natural loss. Something was taken from you, a loved one.
You could say that.
Now, I don't know this, which is why I'm going to ask, and if you'd prefer that I give you your space, I would gladly do it. But may I ask you a question?
Shoot.
This individual, do you know who the culprit is?
Yes, we've seen this person in his memory. He was able to store, my son was able to store one before of his last moments.
Has this person been brought to justice?
Up until we saw this memory, we didn't even know they existed.
You see that she flicks her hand, and Mage Hand comes out from behind that kind of office space. You see it brings over a compass. She puts her hand on the compass. May I have a drop of blood so that I might see the face of this person?
Stab you again.
You see the whole compass begins to glow a little bit. She hands it to you. If this person does not travel between planes, you should be able to find them now.
What do I owe you for this kindness?
Nothing. As I said, I too have lost. Had someone I loved stolen from me. And if I could ease that pain, or at least see it justified for someone else, then I will.
If you need anything, call on me.
I will. Thank you, Yenna Smartsong. You don't remember telling her your name.
I'm just fucking staring at this thing. Just...
And we're going to go to break right then.
Nice.
My liege, are you okay?
We got a lot to digest. My lord.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Gelatinous Noobs. We're jumping right back in.
Yeah,
When
right.
last we left off, the party had just returned to Faith Lulith's Insights, the divination shop in Iduun, where Zari and Raya had just returned with Basalt and a sleeping poetry. El made some amazing discoveries. Yenna got some really interesting stuff, and Loot's there.
Jason also got some really interesting stuff over the break.
Hush.
Is this your friend?
Yes, this is poetry, and this is Basalt. He speaks
Basalt, in Primordial, she says, "It's a pleasure to meet you." He goes, "You speak Primordial?" She goes, "Yes, of course. It's a lovely language. You seem to be a lovely friend."
He blushes a little bit.
You see the stone complexion that he has just gets a little paler for a second. "Where should I put her?" She's "Just on the table, dear. Thank you." He gently lays down poetry. All right. You see that she puts her hand on her ankle. All right. You see that, if you don't mind, give me a little bit of space. She begins drawing a rune circle around, and she begins placing different spell components and stuff. This whole process takes about 15-20 minutes as she begins inscribing the different lines of this runic circle. She sits. It's going to take a little bit of time, but just give me a moment. And if you don't mind, it helps to have somebody who's familiar with this individual to break the spell.
It's me.
I think all of you could be of service in this moment. If you all don't mind sitting. You see that there are 6 kind of stars on this, or 7 stars, actually, on this kind of runic circle. She goes, "Basalt, do you know this one?" He goes, "No." "That's okay. You can still sit next to me." He goes, "Okay." And she
Will
goes,
it help?
"Please, just join hands."
Kumbaya.
As you all begin to join hands, you feel like an electric surge going through your body. This arcana begin to flow through you guys. You feel it as it comes back through. It goes through Basalt. Ooh.
Just kind of grounds at him.
I would like everybody to roll me a d20. This is going to be a group roll.
Oh my god.
You're so fucking welcome. 19.
I give myself bardic inspiration.
Natural 20.
15.
15? 15, 19?
Natural 20.
15, natural 20, 3.
19.
17.
I was too busy feeling the...
Well, everyone rolled above.
As a group, that's
Everyone
good.
rolled above a 2.
That's true.
You see the magic begins to flow through all of you. You begin to feel this surge of magic as it begins to pulse faster and faster. You see it actually begins to come out through your chest. You see this ethereal wave of magic begin to just kind of emanate through and getting closer and closer to poetry. As it nears probably within 6 inches, you see that it's meeting this invisible barrier, or at least it was invisible, until eventually you see this kind of friction, this wave begin to happen. You begin to see this little shell appear, this dark, sickly green, almost like rotted cabbage kind of look. You begin to actually smell this rotted marsh bog-like smell. And you see Basalt go, "I don't like it." He goes, "Focus. We can break this." Pulsing faster and faster. You see that this evil, unseelie kind of energy is getting forced closer and closer to the body. This energy emanating from all of you, compressing it further, until eventually you hear this snapping sound. It's not this deafening, earth-shattering snapping, but it is the snap of, like, reeds hitting the ground or hitting concrete. And you see that green shell, which is so far compressed that it almost was changing colors from the aura presented from all of you. See both of them just begin to flicker and fade up into the air.
So, did it work?
Did we do it?
You see Poetry begin to open her eyes.
I don't think it worked.
Zuri's crying. Did we take the tube out?
Yeah.
It's-
No, you guys, she's been hating with this food bag.
I was like, we didn't say it, so I was like,
Basalt took care of it.
Tube out.
Oh yeah, now her gag reflex back is she's throwing up everywhere with that tube there.
She's waking up. Immediately, what are your passive insights?
14.
12.
16.
16.
Above 15? Just you
13.
two?
Pretty sure mine's 12.
The girls.
With
not-
the
it's
three
not
of
above
you,
15.
with the three of you, you see somebody waking
Very
up.
first page.
The two of you see
Yeah,
someone waking up
tell
from a
where I am.
nightmare. That intense, very subtle difference, but that intense, heavy
At the bottom.
breath. You notice that it almost looks like sweat is beginning to appear. You're looking, she's opened her eyes. You guys are taken in by the moment. She's awake, she's conscious. You both are notice her eyes are darting back and forth. She's looking, she's scanning, she's frightened.
I
in
kind
this
of like
moment.
touch Thari's elbow and kind of like.
I don't want her to punch me. What?
Faith and Basalt step back.
You just kind of. I go up to her like. Good morning.
Ah!
Good morning.
She starts screaming intensely,
it.
and she begins
No.
like moving away back from you intensely. She begins moving. She's falling off of the table. She's going into the space where the Basalt and Faith had created. And you see she's just like panicked. She doesn't know what's going on. She's like forcing herself back into a different corner opposite them.
Okay.
It's okay.
Is this real? Is this real? Are you real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Roll persuasion check.
got you back.
12.
16. Can she get advantage for
6.
someone? Is a
You see that she's still there. She's not screaming anymore, but she is still panicked in the corner. She's fetal. She's got her legs. She's kind of reached up and grabbed. It's kind of like essentially like a tuning fork. Something. It's got two sharp prongs, but it's not three. It's just or four. It's just the two. She's got. She's just holding it up at you guys.
Hey, Poetry, don't worry. It's me.
Faith, do you have anything that would calm her?
You see Faith goes, I don't know where your friend is waking up from, but clearly it wasn't a very pleasant place. I don't. Let me see if I can find a potion maybe or
Do you want me
something.
to try
You
to
see that
calm
she
her?
goes to the back and she
I
goes into her
try
office.
to cast Calm Emotions on her.
A touch spell, correct?
I don't think so. In a group of people, each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere
20-foot radius?
centered on a point you choose within range must make a charisma saving throw.
What's the save?
19.
Ooh.
She succeeds.
That was a high.
I still rebarbs it and
Yeah.
give myself advantage.
She fails.
Yes, yes.
You feel her actively resisting. You have a sense when you cast magic if somebody's able to succeed or fail. You feel her actively resisting against you. She's looking at you, recognizing your faces, but not recognizing you.
Like, calm down, you woman.
You see she begins to, her breath begins to slow.
It is I, the lovely
wait.
Lute. You do not need to be afraid.
You're with friends.
We're in Iduun.
We saved you. You're okay now. Don't know what happened, but you're safe now.
It was in here. It wasn't.
She just begins sobbing uncontrollably, putting her hands on her knees. She drops the fork and just begins to bury her face into her.
Upon seeing that, I don't know what Zari does, but I will try to walk up and like, hey.
You
Zari's like, I'm not getting hit. I'm
I
gonna
don't
I'm
know.
gonna give her space.
You move close to her and you touch her, and it's as if you were striking her. She flinches that hard. She looks up at you. She's just crying. She's sobbing uncontrollably.
But I'll try to
She
console
said,
her.
I don't know what's real anymore.
With an insight, does she recognize us?
Roll insight.
I'll just hold her and say I'm real.
I
and
go
let her
I go
cry,
up to
I guess.
the
That's a
psychic lady and I'm just like,
Faith is in the back trying to find a potion right now.
Oh,
She's
gotcha.
coming. She's coming back out in a moment.
It's a 24.
The 24. You get the sensation she recognizes who you are as individuals, but she just doesn't believe that it's real.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep saying I'm real and hold her and console her.
She comes back. I have a potion of calm to calm her, but forgive me. I'm not a cleric. It's not exactly my expertise. Where was she? What?
We don't really know.
Somewhere bad.
She had been captured.
I wish I could help more. Genuinely, I do. You see that she walks over, she rushes over to her desk and rips off a little notepad and gets writing down, "This is the best cleric in the city that I know. Please."
Maybe we can just sit here for a little bit and then help her back to the
Please,
ship.
please, by all means, there's no rush. You see Basalt is frightened.
Aww. Can I comfort
I put my hand on
Basalt?
his shoulder.
Yeah.
I explain it
What's
to him.
wrong? Why is she scared?
People were doing bad things to her but when she fell asleep, so she isn't sure what is
Like
real.
in the woods.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I don't know what I'm agreeing to, but yeah.
Just agree. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. And I give him the.
He
I
looks at you.
know.
He looks at you. Goes,
Yeah.
I start singing poetry, a little song. Something that my mother sung to me whenever I was, afraid or something, just to kind of try to soothe her.
roll a performance. Tell me what you get. I'm gonna let you know. It's an exceedingly high DC.
She hates music, actually. She only likes
She actually
slam.
hates the arts.
She only likes slam poetry.
Well, I got a 28.
You're singing the song that you're very familiar with. It's something that your mother played for you, and you're playing every note right. You're doing everything right. She's still sobbing. She's almost rocking back and forth. She hasn't shunted your hand away, but when you pulled it away, she's now just kind of rocking back and forth in the corner. She's now turning away from the full room. Mm-hmm. She's just turning so that she's facing just essentially the cabinet.
I talked to, was it Faye? What's her name?
Faith.
Faith.
Faith. Can you I don't know, give her a happy memory, something to think about? Maybe the first time that she met Zari.
I think she's had enough people fucking in her head.
I'm just saying.
I could show her a memory, but she has to be willing.
Mm-hmm.
I could modify a memory, but it's highly immoral to do so.
I probably wouldn't
Remember
do
when
that.
you got out of the institution? Sometimes you need time.
Time heals all wounds.
And
Look how
it
healthy
seems like
Anna
Zari
is.
really knows poetry well, to the point where she knew she
How
needs
close
her
are you?
space.
Probably 10 feet.
With your passive perception, you hear her whispering.
I don't even hear what you're whispering, so.
That's what you hear. That's how quiet she is.
Okay.
She's just repeating to herself, "I'm not going to let them hurt you." Just that quiet, though. Tears are still streaming down her face.
I'll go and I'll sit next to her.
Yeah, that.
I'll push the tuning fork away,
Yeah.
kick it away.
You get in the sound, she snaps over it.
Not
and
a loud kick, but a
Even just that.
Even a
She's got a
pinprick.
high passive perception as well. You kick the tuning fork. She hears it rolling. She snaps over and she looks at you sitting down.
Sorry.
Roll.
No, I'm sorry.
Don't roll anything actually.
No.
Roll the duck.
Actually, she doesn't believe that you're sorry.
She looks at you. Those tears are still flowing. There's dried tears still on her cheeks. She looks at you. She meets you in the eye. You're not really her. She wouldn't hurt me. You're not really her. She wouldn't hurt me. You're not really her. She loves me. You're not really her. She loves me.
Hush, little baby, don't say a
Sorry, he's like
word.
looking at everybody else. And she's like,
Maybe
They'll
something
start
that
talking
only-
about when we were on the beach with Argos, and then she's like, Elm gets this. He's like, oh, she's being awkward right now, because it's hard to talk about.
Emotions.
Yeah.
in front of everyone, just staring
Yeah.
at you.
Yeah. And then I'm like, and then there was that time in Humbleton where you guys snuck out the window and that freaked us out. And just start talking about, like, the adventures that they went on.
Roll.
Hopefully things that only Zari would know.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh, fuck.
That's the roll.
splash the
That's the roll.
You mentioned fucking. Oh, she's out of it.
19. The last one?
Or about when we had June and she just rode right past us.
Yeah.
I'm more noble than June now.
No, June's an actual princess. Don't talk about my best friend like that.
You're sitting there. You're just kind of like
my best friend like
talking into the room. You're just saying these things into the room. You're looking, you're making eye contact with everybody. You're just being there, being present beside her as she's going through whatever this is. You just hear her just kind of muttering to herself. You can't use my memories against me. You can't use my memories against me. You see, she's no longer crying anymore. She's just kind of dissociating.
Mm-hmm.
Faith turns to her. Please, I'll go fetch the cleric. Please wait here. You see that she teleports.
A witch.
She can use magic.
Anything that happens in this meantime, or are we jumping?
I don't have nothing to add.
No, at
Yeah,
this
I'm at a
point,
loss
like,
for
I'm not
words.
gonna. I can't help poetry any. If Zari can't help her, I can't help her.
I've done all I can.
About 20 minutes pass. You see Faith reappear with a human cleric sitting there beside. Yes, I understand there's... Hello there? You see she's just kind of fully dissociated now. She's turned away. She's fully, like, facing the corner. It's just her back.
Sorry, she's just sitting there then.
Who's the closest amongst you?
Me.
If you wouldn't mind helping me. Let me... and I assume everybody's given her some space and stuff.
I'm right there.
Right in her face.
What's wrong, poetry?
White beats a weird poetry. You see that he walks beside you. He goes, just talk to her as if you were talk to her when you're by yourselves. As if nobody else was here. The way that you confide in each other. The way that you show love.
We can give you
Damn,
some.
baby. Your wings are looking nice.
Hey, yeah, we gotta fuck.
Zari, we can give you guys some privacy. This is. I don't think poetry would want to be seen like this.
Probably not.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna go hit up another shop.
If there's another room.
Yeah, there's
I
a
would
back
just-
room. Faith says, we'll
Yeah.
step outside.
Just for poetry's dignity.
The rest of you step outside. You see Faith turn, speaks in primordial to Basalt, who's like, okay. It's just you, cleric, and her in the room. What do you say? If you don't have anything, you don't need to have something.
Yeah, not
to
off the top of
roleplay.
my head, I can't.
Okay. You begin
Smart.
to consider. What I'm going to have you do is roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
I'm like nervous. I'm like shaking over here.
I poke
Is
in,
your
I'm like,
girlfriend gonna
"Sorry,
live
you
or
can do
die?"
it."
25.
Okay.
Charisma caster.
Got a
You-
+7.
You begin to speak to her comfort. You're talking about just adventures you've been on, laughs that you've had, things that you've said, oh, after we get the money, we'll take a vacation here. How much fun. We'll finally do that girls' night. Things of that nature.
Yeah, I finally got money. We'll take a vacation.
Mhm.
Came into a lot of it recently.
As you're saying this very slowly, the cleric is motioning for you to walk in step with him. It's very slowly, very quietly moving. You see him slowly placing a hand on her back. She shudders. He turns to you, kind of like motions for you to like distract her.
Okay.
Roll me another persuasion.
Just straight.
Straight persuasion.
11.
I don't have to take care of my brother anymore.
I can fucking leave these losers.
You see that she shudders and she quickly darts over her eye looking at you. You see that she's about to like move, almost a gesture to like take off and run. But he quickly moves and closes the distance, placing a hand. You see this bright gold emanating light. You've never really seen anything like this before, except for maybe the one time where Elm told you about being
Riul.
visited by Riul. You see this light fades. You see that she is there. She just kind of like turns around. She's got her hands down. She's standing up. She's looking at you, looking at him. Hello there. She goes,
Sorry, I thought Obi-Wan could be. Hold on, sorry.
my name is Obi. What's yours? Poetry. It's nice to meet you, Poetry. You are a friend here. He's been very worried about you. She looks up, finally meeting your eyes. Roll insight.
She hates you.
11. This fucking bitch is getting in my way.
With an 11, you see her eyes begin to well up. Where before she was sobbing, crying, these seems to be tears of recognition. She doesn't say anything, she just leaps up and hugs you and embraces you.
Okay. Just hug her back.
Get off me, we're in public.
PD's not cool.
We'll give you two a moment, but I won't be far. You see that he stands up. He doesn't leave the room, but he's probably a good 15 feet away from you guys.
Just let her hug me until she like pulls away and just
She doesn't.
Okay,
She's
we just
crying
stand there.
in your shoulder.
Hope everything's
stand there.
going well in
Zari's never been like a good like feelings person.
I
So-
mean,
Because she didn't have any
poetry
role
was
models.
always a really
She's crying in your shoulder. I thought they were going to make me kill you. They made me fight all of you over and over and over and over again. Thousands of times. I don't know. Things you all did to me. Things I did to all of you. It hurt so bad.
Well, we were able to get you out. And now you don't have to think about that anymore. You don't have to do that. And we're not gonna hurt you.
She just hugs you. She kind of spaces off and gives some separation. She turns away from you and turns to the cleric. He looks at her and he just says, "It's going to take time to heal. Whoever did this to you was a very powerful spellcaster. And I can only relieve the sensation of paranoia. But you will need time to heal." Poetry just kind of nods and just kind of like walks out. You guys see the door open. Poetry is there. She's just standing, completely not present at all in the moment.
Do you follow her out?
Yeah, she doesn't know where she's at.
Yeah.
The cleric walks over and turns to Faith, and the two begin speaking. Faith turns to you and she says, "I must return the cleric to the chapel, but I'll be back."
Thank you for both of you guys. Thank you.
Everything.
Cleric turns and goes, "What I'm here to do, in Aura's light."
And Aura's light.
I was gonna ask if I had felt anything.
You didn't feel the sensation of love or anything like that, other than the power of essentially like healing love, like a mother's love, of the consolement of that only somebody who's truly super close to you, like a parent, a spouse, something like that. That very deep-rooted, unconditional love, but that's about it.
Some people don't get that from a parent.
From
Just saying.
Yeah, from wherever that may be.
Quick, was that Rhea or was that Kara?
Both.
I thought it was a jab at my lord.
Never.
The two of them disappear as they teleport away. Poetry turns, sees you. Where are we?
We're in Iduun. Eastern Theran.
The city of splendor.
It's a college for bards here.
And a Cassini.
I'm so very tired. We have a place to stay.
Yeah, let's go back to the ship.
Basalt.
Yeah, come and get call for Basalt. Basalt, let's go.
It's really safe there, Poetry, and Basalt, he's a sweetheart and super strong, so nothing's getting past him.
You're saying that she's just dissociating?
Also, I don't think Poetry's ever seen you the way that you look now.
Nope, she's like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, she's like, why the fuck is this lady talking to me?
I mean, I'm not going to push it anyway, because she's not here. It's just like Rhea feeling the need to comfort her when she's not mentally here. And just like...
Basalt begins walking. Poetry begins walking.
Alright, I'd go with.
Eventually, it takes, again, 35, 40 minutes, but you return. Basalt kind of goes, "We're back."
We're back. You can
help.
go about your business. Thank you.
Okay. Poetry
I
just...
give him 10 gold and I go for the casino.
Poetry kind of just turns to you, but she doesn't look at you or look at your eyes. She just says, "Is there a place where I can sleep?"
Yep. And I take her to the room that she was in, that we designated as her room.
A guest room. One of the guest rooms. Thanks.
And I give her space.
She walks in. She doesn't turn to face you or anything. She just walks in and locks the door behind her.
Yep.
What a bitch.
I give her space.
She's like a freaking... She's crazy PTSD.
That's one of the toughest sons of bitches we've ever met. God's name they do to her.
I don't know, but if they can crack her... Oh god, I have enough shit up here already.
Now, she was, like, infiltrating the crime syndicate, right? That's what she was doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faith appears back about 15 minutes after.
She's back.
I've already heard what you said. I saw it in the stars.
Damn it, she can see the
She
future,
knows
that's right!
everything.
If there's anything else, at any time, while you're here, please feel free. Stop by.
Thank you.
Glad to help. But I must admit, I'm a bit tired after everything. I might retire for the evening.
We must bid you farewell anyway.
I think we may be leaving in the next day or two, but I might visit you tomorrow.
Please do. Best of luck, MILF Hunters.
Come on, my lord. And I hold
Dude,
the door open for
We
you.
didn't introduce
You guys were
ourselves.
outside.
Come on,
She's
my
the
lord.
real
And I
deal.
lay my jacket down on the ground.
You don't need to do that.
You see that she goes in, she kind of like locks it. It's like a person who just ran a marathon. They're exhausted. She's barely standing. She locks the door, flips the sign to close. You see her, she goes into that like back room and kind of closes that door as well. And you guys are left to your own devices.
I mean, you're a human noble. What is he to you?
My lord.
Oh, okay.
I'm still just me. Nothing's really changed.
Hey,
Do you
But
go
we
back
learned
to the group or
something.
do you stay on the ship?
I'd probably stay on the ship.
It's true.
Okay.
Just in case she
your
needs
parents
anything.
wanted you.
Plus, if
That
they're
is
going to the
true.
casino, I was
Join
gonna
the
know.
club.
Yeah. Well, they wanted me, but I guess now the question is, how did I end up there?
The other question is that important to you?
Not really.
What will be the end result of gaining that knowledge?
My lord, we must go reclaim your title.
If this is true, it sounds like this Marsk family really might be out to get you.
They must pay.
Have I met any of the Marsks before?
He got Narsk. He's the second son of the High King of the Human Kingdom. He's one of the counselors. He's the head counselor of the Human Kingdom. You've met him a couple of times.
Is he a dick?
He's a politician.
Can,
And
this
pretty much every time you've ever met him or had any interaction, it's not like you're like, oh, let's go hang out. It was
Yeah.
always like, hello. He's like, hello, citizen.
is it okay if
But
like
you know
I
that
roll
he's
at
the
like
person that poetry worked with.
yeah. Is it okay if I roll at like triple disadvantage? But like, can I like think back to the first time that I met him if he looked at me just a simple way or like a different way?
I will save you the time.
I just couldn't remember.
It's not a matter of remembering. It's just he
He
greeted
looked at
you
you.
the same way that he greeted everybody.
He looked at you like you weren't nobody.
Well, I was just like trying to think. It's like, does he know who I am? My head hurts. It was easier just to be a nobody.
I will say this. It gives you pause, not necessarily just specifically with Egon, but all of the noble people, because you think to yourself like, how could this be? Like, how could there just be a high house, a high noble house that's kept alive in secret? Like,
Yeah.
that's not something you could just do. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? You have so many questions. It kind of sends you reeling.
Yeah, I'm just
Not
like,
to mention your head is still pretty foggy and hazy from everything that Faith tried to do.
From the
I'm
lobotomy.
sorry, Anna, you've been outranked now.
I have a nosebleed,
Darn it.
a nose freeze.
I think if it's okay,
My liege will now be the leader.
I don't want to be. I'm too dumb for that.
if it's
People are thrust into greatness, my liege.
Okay.
Do you want to go back to the ship?
Where are you on the ship?
Yeah.
I'd go back to my room.
You don't want to
Back to your room.
go shopping?
I mean, I got everything that I need.
I'm
I
learning
think.
my Elvish.
Okay.
If you find another one of those, I mean, are you going back?
A few
to
minutes
the
go
ship?
by.
If you are.
I'm gonna knock on your door. You hear the shuffled footsteps of Captain Uther.
Open it up.
You come up to the top deck for a minute.
Okay.
And kind of leads you up to the top deck. And as you're there, you're on a dock, you're docked and everything. You see the other ships and stuff, and he points over a couple of docks over. look over. Roll perception.
Does that lizard person look familiar?
It's
I,
me.
hold on, I get advantage because it's relying on
Which
sight.
of
Hold
our
on.
enemies?
11.
You're looking at how there's a lot of stuff going on. Your mind's just not in it. But even with an 11, what's Kothar doing here? And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
No!
Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you all had fun. Some brief announcements before we close up. Just want to give a quick shout out to our friends at White Toe Trading Co. Thank you for the promo code Gelatinous Noobs. For all of you who are watching at home, couldn't recommend their stuff more. They have glass steins that have different D&D creatures on it. They have tumblers. They have jacket or clothes,
Oh, yeah.
apparel,
Whoa.
sweatshirts, and
That's when
everything.
you lost.
It's amazing.
It's not my birthday
That
yet,
promo
yeah.
code Gelatinous News is worth 10% and works both on their Etsy and their personal website.
Sure does.
As far as our own Gelatinous News announcements, beginning in February, we have not one, not two, but 3 campaigns going. The first Tuesday and Wednesday of every month, same time, 6:30 to 9, we will be streaming
The Era of Lost Hope.
DM'd by.
Me, Michael. Yeah.
We'll also be switching our Theran Adventures and Adventures in Azris from Tuesday to Wednesday. So Tuesdays will now be the Theran Adventures, and Wednesdays will be Adventures in Azris. DM'd by.
Me. Paragon's Odyssey.
Yeah. And I'm going to continue doing Thera because it's my baby.
Except now we can tell you, see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
You
sure.
fucking can.
Anyway, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it, and have a good night.
Bye.
Is it Tuesday yet?
Is it Tuesday?